Vision recording. Yeah. Okay. So if you're the type of trader, yeah, that likes trading 1:5, 1:2, whatever, right? This will guide you. So if you are the 1:2 trader, all you need to do is adjust this until you see 2 right here. All right. Are you seeing it? If you are the 1:5 trader, adjust it until you see 5. So if you're the type of not really look at your risk to reward, you are just looking at the zone you think the market will get, then by all means, some trades can give you 1:10, some trades can give you 1:2, some can give you 1:2, whatever, right? So if your TP is to be here, you're risking whatever you're risking, you're aiming to make like seven times whatever you're risking. So this is like 6.9. I want to adjust it to get exactly 7. Okay. I see here. The risk to reward is 7. So this is like 1:7 or 7 RR. Are you getting it? So these are ways to manage. Now, it would be crazy for you to have an analysis. Let's say your TP is like right here, and what you're risking is like is crazy. It is that what you're risking is way more than what you expected to get. There's no way to make it in this market. Yeah, there's no way to make it in this market. In fact, like I always say, the best way to survive here is to have at least an RR that is more than 1. We did the costs. We broke down the mathematics involved in it last week, right? At least if you have if you're focused on 1:3 RR, or let's say 1:8 even, or or 1 is okay, just like or 1:7, whatever the case is. Yeah, you have 5 losses basically. That's like 5%. And you catch a 1:10 or 1 trade. So that trade alone covered your losses and of course gave you an extra 5% profit, right? So that's a way to look at this. I believe it makes sense now. I believe it's clear now. This is just for buy and short projections. Mhm. Hope it makes sense now. Yeah, I need the feedback. Okay, say something here. Yeah, I don't want to read it. Oh, does it make sense now? Does it make sense now? I need a feedback. Hmm. Okay. All right. Amazing. Amazing. So the next important thing, okay, sometimes you now ask, is there no other platform you can use to trade? Must it be Trading View? Like, what is Trading View even used for? Can I take my trades on Trading View? So many questions. Yeah, I get that. I asked the same question, right? I asked the question. The thing is that it's actually very easy to analyze your trading view compared to whatever platform. There are so many platforms you can analyze from, several, and so many of them. It's just that it's quite easy. In fact, this is the free version of TradingView, and the free version allows you to explore a whole lot, right? The only thing is that if you use indicators mainly, you only have access to like having just 2 indicators in your charts, just 2 indicators, right? To use indicators majorly, you can only just use 2 indicators on your chart. Aside from that, you have everything. Then also, there is a limit to how long you can, on the free version, there's a limit to how long you can analyze. Yeah. I think you can only have how many handles on the screen? That's just how far. Let's look at the, let's say, 4 hours time frame. So you want to go deep. I just a limit. Let's say you can't, let's say a year from now, let me see if one can get, um, I think you can, exactly. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah. So this is what you can only see 5,000 bars. Yeah. So whatever time frame you're on, you can only see 5,000 candles. Let me use it in a way you can understand. I only see 5,000 candles, right? 5,000. So if you're on the daily time frame, you can only see chart of 5,000 days. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm correct with that. Yeah, basically. Yeah. If you're on the 4 hour time frame, 5,000 candles. Um, three 15 minutes time frame, 5,000 bars, right? So that's, I need to show you this so you know, right? So if you want to, you can subscribe and have access to unlimited um thing on the chat. Another good thing this one has is the replay, yeah. But I think that's also if you're subscribed as well. Let me see if you're subscribed as well. So I'm just showing you uh, things that um TradingView has that is quite amazing. Then for your back testing too, but I think this is actually good for this is actually good for this is actually good for, let's say, um what's it called, using testing out your strategy or whatever it is. Yeah, that's if you don't have a demo account, right? That's where your question of can you trade on TradingView pops up. Yes, you can, right? But as a test. So let's look at this here. Remember, if you're using your laptop, that's where you can, I'm not, this feature, I'm not seeing it on that of the smartphone, right? But I believe, I'm not seeing it on smartphone, but are you seeing this buy and sell right here? You can choose, okay, you can choose to sell. You now need to, these are different brokers um, connected to, what's it called? TradingView, right? So if you perhaps trade with any of these brokers, right, you can connect it to your MT4. Sorry, you can connect it to your TradingView and trade from your TradingView, right? Since you don't have any, you can choose the paper trading broker. TradingView's paper trading, yeah? So you tap on it just to activate it. All right, that's it. Yeah. So you want to take a sell. This is your test running what you're trading. Yeah. So let's say you want to go for a sell. Choose your whatever 5107. This is your TP. This is your stop loss. Yeah, exactly following what you have here. 5107. Our TP is what again, sir? 5055. Okay, no. 5049. It may look a little technical, but don't, it's not like that. All right. So take a sell. Is it taking the sell yet? I don't. Okay. So I see the order has been placed. I can't even see it. And wasn't it placed? You want me to? To add MT5. I didn't say you can add MT5 to your trading view. I didn't say you can add MT5 to your trading view. No, I didn't say you can add MT5 to your trading view. What I said is, so, what I said is you can add a broker to the trading view and you don't need to pay. All right? You don't need to pay. You don't need to pay actually. Oh, there's actually separate. No, you don't need to pay. All right? So let's say so okay. So you can see now we just set a trade now. So we are risking 119 to get 426. Yeah, so this is another way to actually test your strategy. Yeah, without like right on right on right on the trading view. Yeah, without getting to your live account or maybe it's just a way test run. That's basically what it is. Right? That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. Right? So what else? What else? What else? Other things are projection tools like the Fibonacci, right? Fibonacci is basically Fibonacci is best for Fibonacci is best for pullbacks, right? A swing high, swing low, pullback for the market to continue. That's what Fibonacci does. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, but this chart is not too. Okay, wait. Let me come down. Okay. So Fibonacci is something like this. Let's say we want to move from this low to this very point. Yeah. Fibonacci, of course, the rule of Fibonacci is can I shoot it this way rather? Okay. Rule of Fibonacci is basically that the market mostly reverses when it gets to the 50% level. All right, this is 50%. From a trend, from a swing low to a swing high, or whatever high it is, or whatever swing it is here, the market tends to reverse after it has come into the 50% level. All right. So if you're looking at this trade, it's actually you can say it's a good time to buy, right? Or you can say it's a good time to sell. It's a good time to buy basically, because based on the rule of Fibonacci here, the market tends to reverse within the zone. Like this is actually a very good time to buy this trade. Yeah, if I'm to take this trade, I'm blindly going for a buy. Well, I'll blindly go for a buy, target this high here. Now, there's what we call this is Fibonacci retracement. There's also Fibonacci extension, right? The extension is what happens. The extension is what happens after the market has retraced. Yeah. There's a probability that it will head to a 150% zone. All right. There's a probability that it will head to a 150% zone. Right. So that's it. So if you take your buy, you can actually take your TP at the 100% full retrace, or you can target the 150%. Some go as far as targeting 200%. Right? So that's what you see when you're in an area where sometimes it's it's somehow trickery to know where the market will get to. When all you are seeing when the market is actually at its greatest high or all-time high, yeah, because you don't really know. Okay, if it raises high now, where do I think it's going to go to? That's where the Fibonacci extension comes in, right? But the best thing for you to do is just to study this, study it, and see for yourself, all right? Study it and see for yourself. Okay, so that just it about it, right? Study it and see, right? So in this particular point, I said, okay, you know what? UJ is at an area of interest. So what am I gonna do? I'll look for my buy, place my buy right here, have my stop loss, maybe just below this low, then target my 100%. If I'm crazy enough, I can target the 150. But for now, let's stick with the 100%, right? So that's it. That is it, right? So that's it about that. Well, on our next session, of course, I'm gonna break it down even more, right? So, but I believe you got something from this session. I believe you got something from this session. All right. Amazing, 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 amazing. All right. So, family, have the best morning and cheers to an amazing day. All right.